There is one paradox that few people notice. People who truly have a lot of money, those who retired and stayed rich, buy less than you think. Not because they can't, but because they realized long ago this is exactly what keeps them rich. Today, on the SemInvest channel, we will break down 7 things they quietly gave up. Status cars. The wealthiest retirees you know most likely drive something completely different from what you expect. A new luxury car loses 20 to 30% of its value in the very first year. You don't build capital sitting in a leather seat you watch tens of thousands of dollars evaporate while you stand at a traffic light. Rich retirees understand this math very well. What do they drive instead? Reliable, practical cars with low maintenance costs. Toyotas, Hondas, modest domestic models, cars known for longevity, not for their ability to impress the valet. Some drive the same car for 10, 12, 15 years. Not because they can't afford a new one, but because they stopped thinking about what the car says about them and started thinking about how much it costs them. Here is the real difference between the rich and the merely high earning. The high earning spend to look rich. The rich spend to stay rich. Huge houses. The same logic applies to square footage. Many wealthy retirees at some point look around and realize they are paying for rooms they don't step into for weeks. Property tax, repairs, utilities, insurance, a big house quietly eats up thousands every year. And it's not just about money. Maintaining a large property takes energy and attention that could be working somewhere else entirely. What do smart retirees do? They downsize, not because they have less money, but because they have more common sense. A home that fits your real life frees up capital, reduces ongoing expenses, and removes an incredible amount of daily stress. Choosing housing that fits your needs is not a sign of poverty. It is a sign of freedom. Constant luxury upgrades. The same discipline extends to everything inside the home. One of the quiet habits that destroys wealth is the desire to replace a perfectly working thing as soon as a new, shiny, premium version appears on the market. The latest smartphone, upgraded appliances, a new model with slightly better specs, it all adds up faster than it seems. Rich retirees who stay rich make a conscious shift. The question, is there something better, is replaced by the question, is what I have still working well? The focus shifts from novelty and prestige to utility and durability. This is exactly how lifestyle creep is resisted, and resisting lifestyle creep is one of the most powerful ways to preserve retirement capital for decades to come. Impulse purchases. The same transition from reactive to intentional shows up in everyday spending. Impulse buying is one of the most common and least noticed ways money slips through your fingers. A flash sale here, an unplanned expense there, and suddenly, several $100s have disappeared, leaving nothing of value behind. Retirees who stay wealthy stop making purchases under the influence of emotions. They use simple systems, pauses before buying, lists, personal rules like sleep on any amount over $100. These are not restrictions due to a lack of money. This is discipline built around clarity. Every restrained impulse is money that stays invested, continuing to work for you. Consistent restraint is not deprivation. It is one of the quiet habits that separates those who enjoy a comfortable retirement from those who are slowly exhausting it. Expensive debt. If impulse spending is a leak, then expensive debt is a true flood. Wealthy retirees avoid credit card balances, high-interest loans, and costly credit schemes almost fanatically. Because they understand what interest payments truly are, money leaving your account every month in exchange for nothing. No experience, no asset, no improvement in life. In retirement, cash flow is everything. A few $100s a month stuck in interest is not just a financial loss. It is the quiet destruction of the freedom that took decades to build. Preserving wealth is not always about finding new income or better returns. Most often, it is about plugging the leaks. And eliminating expensive debt is one of the most powerful actions you can take. Because the money you stop losing is money you will never have to earn again. Paying for convenience for everything. Here is a leak hiding in plain sight. The convenience culture makes it incredibly easy to pay for things you barely notice. Same-day delivery, subscription boxes, app-based services for tasks that take 15 minutes to do yourself. Individually, none of this seems significant. Together, it adds up fast. Wealthy retirees don't give up convenience entirely. That's not the point. The point is to become intentional about it. Paying someone for major home repairs? Smart. Paying a markup for delivery 3 times a week just because pressing a button is easier than walking outside for 5 minutes? That is a habit, not a value. They ask one simple question before every convenience purchase. Does this genuinely improve my life, or am I just not paying attention? This single filter quietly saves thousands every year. Buying for other people's approval. This filter, does it genuinely improve my life, points directly to the deepest shift in habits. Wealthy retirees stop making purchases whose main purpose is to impress others. A luxury watch as a signal of success. Designer clothes to fit into a circle. A lavish dinner that hit the budget but looked effortless from the outside. Here is what self-confident retirees understand. Nobody is watching you as closely as you think. And those who are watching probably can't afford what you are projecting anyway. They redirect this spending toward things that truly reflect their values: meaningful travel, generous gifts to loved ones, experiences that matter to them personally, not to an imaginary audience. And that is exactly what ties all 7 habits together. Staying rich in retirement is not about deprivation. It is about spending intentionally, not out of ego. The money you stop spending on appearance is money that quietly keeps working for you. If this video was helpful, subscribe to the SEM Invests channel. Here we talk about money honestly, to the point, and in simple, understandable language. See you in the next video.